Hello, everybody. This is DC Universe, and I am your host for this full play. I'm Section 31. It's been a little while. I just got 2 wisdom teeth removed, and it took a minute before I could start opening and closing my jaw without some serious painkillers, although the painkillers are quite nice. Now, we're back here with Freelancer at level 13. I am finally starting to use the tank mode of my ability set. And I'm learning a few things. First of all, I'm learning that being a tank in a PvE leveling capacity isn't exactly productive. You don't have a lot of stats that contribute to your damage, so you kill enemies slower and you deal with mobs slower. It makes boss fights difficult because you're not doing a lot of damage to the boss. And even if you are fighting with an NPC, like an NPC that has your back, it doesn't do a whole lot. The NPCs sometimes damage the bosses and trash. Sometimes they do not damage the bosses and trash. So we are here at the Metropolis Memorial Hospital, I believe. And Lex Luthor has opened up a wing of the hospital for meta-human patients. So the overall basic gist of it is Lex has a bunch of superhuman captives in his area, and we are the heroes. We are trying to secure it. We're trying to get the wing secure so that the metahumans are free from Lex's clutches, and Lex can no longer experiment them. So Lex can no longer experiment on them and do nasty things and be able to create his own superpowered army of some way, shape, or form. Now, if you see on the left, Bizarro is here. There are people fighting Bizarro. And there's one person fighting Bizarro. Now 2 people. Nope, that person just picked up a patient, so he's not fighting Bizarro. Seems like the person who is soloing Bizarro is not doing too hot. So we'll probably not see Bizarro go down in this video. We are pounding away with the big, giant, icy hammer. And I'm still in tank mode. And I just switched. There's my DPS mode. So I finally realized that tank mode is not getting me anywhere, and I switched over to DPS. Now I'm going to have to spend the 500 cash, whatever you call the currency in this game. I'm just going to call it dollars. So I'm going to spend the $500 to respec this character because I bought an ability that I'm not a huge fan of. I will explain that later, but in order to respec, you go back to your home base, whether it is the Watchtower or the Hall of Doom, and you find the respec device. It is 500 to respec, whether you are whether you're completely free member or whether you're a premium member. And it's usually money well spent. 500 is a quarter of what you're allowed in premium membership, and it is a third of what you're allowed in free membership. If you're a totally free member, if you've never paid a single penny for DC Universe, you stop earning money at $1,500. Your money after $1,500 goes into an escrow account, which you can pay money to access. So you pay $5 or whatever, and you can access your escrow money. It will temporarily allow you to have more than the $2,000 or $1,500 that you're normally carrying. But once you spend it, say you withdraw $50,000 and you earn more money, it's not going to stack up to $50,000. It is going to continue to go into escrow as you earn it. So the $50,000 that you withdrew will decrease, and the $50,000 and the money that you earn after that $50,000 will go straight into escrow. So I don't see Bizarro there. They either pulled him away or they killed him. Good for them. We'll see him again. He'll be back. He didn't go anywhere, I don't think. But the basic gist of the ice power that I'm learning so far, in damage mode anyway, is that frozen weapon ability. That frozen weapon ability superpowers your weapons. You can just see how many dead people there are. Or knocked out people, I'm sorry. Nobody dies in DC Universe. Everybody's knocked out. So you can see how many people are knocked out, and I did a lot of that. I did a whole bunch of work here. So we are transporting the patients to that circle. You cannot seem to throw them to that circle because it's a very small hitbox. You have to walk them into that teeny tiny little circle. This area is almost complete. I'm cleaning house and just moving as fast as I can. And I threw it and it didn't count. So I'm going to go get it and I'm going to go bring it back. Whoop, run past it, run back, grab the patient if you can, and walk him gingerly into the circle. There you go. Boom. And I thought that that was a very good throw. I thought that that throw hit the circle. It bounced off of the van next to the circle. So this area is not the best area for throwing your patients into the circle. So we're just going to transport the last 2 patients into these circles. They're everywhere, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. This area is populated, but it seems to be either everybody is respawning very quickly, or there is just more than enough to go around. So we've got the last metahuman and the last of the kills. I'm level 14. And we are going to move on to the next part of this quest. Oh, there's Bizarro. He's back. And I threw a hammer at him like an idiot. And I'm going to run away. Run away, run away, run away. It's what I'm good at, getting away. So pick up the side quest here to just defeat gladiators. I love that the side quests in this game just put you into a situation where you're going to be doing this anyway. You're going to be either near these people or you're going to have to kill them in order to clear your objective. So killing gladiators, which are those big giant robots I just wiped, that's going to do it. So just 20 of those guys, and they drop question marks, and those question marks are the objective. So we're going to pop this to begin the main story quest. And it's popped, so now we have the story quest. Destroy vehicles, defeat gladiators. Very simple. The main quest and the side quest coincide with each other perfectly. Sometimes in between missions, it will not track a mission. You have to go into your quest log and track the mission yourself. And so far, I haven't even had to leave this roof. So far, all the gladiators and security captains are on this roof. There are no LexCorp vehicles on the roof. They are all on the ground. So you gotta eventually just hop up off of this roof. Thought I could go under the bridge there, but I could not. So I'm gonna go under the bridge the old-fashioned way. And somebody destroyed a vehicle I got no credit for. So I'm just picking out gladiators, parties with gladiators. And I've got to start looking for LexCorp vehicles. Now, if you're a villain, your objective is to destroy those news vans, and those news vans are everywhere. You can't miss them. The LexCorp vehicles, however, are significantly farther apart. They are slower spawns, and they're pretty difficult to find. When you do find them, they have a big lightning bolt over them, signifying that they are an objective. But as you can see, I'm running around, I'm looking down all 4 corners of this block, and all I can find are more gladiators. So I'm just going to keep fighting the gladiators and running in circles. If I pull anything, I will fight it, but I'm going to try and avoid fighting until I can find these vehicles. I have no vehicles, and there you see me go after a news van because it's a reflex. I've gotten 3 villains to this point. And finally there's a LexCorp vehicle, so we can knock that out. And that guy's probably really disappointed that he didn't get his, but there's another one. So they're starting to spawn. I really should go after the vehicle before I go after the trash. There we go. And hit the vehicle, AoE the vehicle. You can take some of the trash with it, especially if they're melee trash. I'm actually unwittingly helping this guy out a little bit. He is trying to activate that satellite, which takes a little bit of time. And I just pulled that gladiator right off of him. That's what you're supposed to do as a tank. You're supposed to help people out. You're supposed to... if somebody is going after an objective, you can pull everybody and get them to attack you so that they're not attacking the person who is trying to do the thing that takes 10 seconds to charge up. So there's another LexCorp vehicle. I did not get credit for that at all. Of course, go figure. And there's the ability that I hate. That is the super speed sprint thing. It is a super ability and it does not do super damage. If you are... The number 4 ability, as you can see on my quick bar, is a dash attack. It's a super ability so that you've got to charge it up. It's not a super ability, so it charges up relatively quickly. But while you're in super speed mode, if you hit that attack, it will sprint past the enemies and knock them down and stun them and do a little bit of damage. It's not a terrible thing to have, but not for a tank. Not even for a DPS, really. Maybe for a controller speedster. Controllers is a class that you don't see very often in MMOs. A controller is, I call them stun junkies. They are designed to debuff and stun people and knock them down so that they do not have opportunities to attack you. So if you get everybody into one big pile of enemies, you can have a controller start stunning everybody so that you can eventually have your DPS them down. But it's a different class. They also restore power, which is your mana pool. So they restore power to you. And as you can see, I'm in a bit of a rush here. I finally found a couple of vehicles, but there's somebody here. Hopefully we both get credit for those vehicles. He's going for the second one because I'm going to knock out the trash. So I will get 4 out of 5 at the moment. There's another sprint attack. And I did not get credit for his. He probably didn't get credit for mine, so it's all fair in love and war. But this part is not in real time. It's not even close. It took me probably 45 minutes to find 5 LexCorp vehicles that weren't already being destroyed by other groups.
This is Lois Lane for Daily Planet Live. Lex Luthor.
After finally destroying the last vehicle, we can climb up the side of the solder cola plant, solder cola maybe. solder cola plant and hit the instance. This instance is a lot more fun as a villain than it is as a hero. As a hero, you absolutely positively need to have your sound on. You need to have your headphones on the right ear. You can't do what I did and have the game on mute or your television on mute or your headphones. My headphones are set up so that they are coming from the PC itself, so it's a lot easier for me to have the left ear on the right ear and vice versa because that's where the cable's coming from. So you need to have your headphones on the right ear if you're going to be doing this quest as a hero. You also need to make sure that your volume is up or that your surround sound is plugged in. Audio is very important in this particular instance, at least for the first fight. You will see why it is very, very rough. I don't like it at all. And unfortunately, I will probably have to repeat it often. I don't know if it's a solo mission for level 30 heroes or not. If it is not, I'll be a pretty happy camper. If it is a solo mission for level 30 heroes, I guess I will just have to deal with it and figure out an easier way to hear where my stealthy enemy boss is coming from. So I'm just gonna clean out the entire vestibule of this area. Oh, I guess not. I guess I left a couple people over there. They're still alive. They're still alive. Yeah, they're still alive. So I'm gonna go in here and knock out the hallucinating patients. Dr. Psycho is a mental villain, so he is based on mental powers. He has controls and illusions that make you think you're doing one thing when you really aren't. So here's Dr. Psycho. Now, Dr. Psycho will disappear if you are paying really close attention, or if you are a stealth character. You can actually see the little purple orb of where he's going. So there he is. I see him. I see him. He's gone. Throw your hammer. He's gone. He keeps moving and he keeps talking, so you will have the ability to find him. There he is. If you're really quick, you can see his purple mental orb moving from one location to the next, so you can actually see where he's going. But it is better to listen. It is better to be able to hear where he's coming from. If you're wearing headphones, it makes it quite easy. You can level it out and continue turning and rotating your character until you hear him in both ears and it sounds like you're right on top of him. There are also passive abilities that allow you to see stealth characters at a distance. Some of those are nice. So it took me a long time to figure this out. This is your first boss mechanic. You have to listen for the stealthed boss. It's pretty basic as far as boss mechanics go. It's not something that you see very often. In terms of raids or instances or anything like that, you will normally not see a disappearing boss. So he finally runs away after beating on him for a little bit. You can go in here and start destroying the meta processing tubes to break your way into the upstairs level. I'm cleaning house because I have that wonderful hammer spin move, and my swings, even my regular swings, do some AoE damage to everybody around me. So as a hammer ice guy, he is going to be he's going to be a pretty handy DPS. If you have him in DPS gear, he will do a lot of AoE cleave type damage. So after wrecking those, I'm going to wreck this just for fun. And we're going to go into the second phase of Dr. Psycho's fight, which is just replication.
Time to change that. How about a little more me?
It's actually pretty simple. You don't need to fight all of these guys. You can solo out the real Dr. Psycho if you find him there. He went off to the right.
Pop goes the weasel.
You can choose to fight the illusions. The illusions will not do much damage to you. At least they didn't do a lot of damage to me. Perhaps if you have a weaker class. Perhaps if you have a weaker class, they're a threat, but they're no threat to me. I can just go after the legitimate Dr. Psycho. And he's leaving the room. He's leaving the boss fight room entirely. I mean, he's just leaving his area, and he's going down really fast. I popped my frozen weapons, and I'm gonna go find him. He disappeared on me, and I believe that's clear. I believe we're clear of that boss fight. Yeah, we are. So we can move on to the upstairs of this facility, which is just a couple of guardians and more trash. So the metaprocessing tubes here are actually part of the side quest objective. If you are doing the villain side of it, those computer terminals are part of the side quest. So you see me go over to the computer terminals and activate them, but nothing happens. So that's just me being incredibly adjusted to doing this as a villain. So the actual main story part of this is to release the metas trapped on tubes. Or no, wait. The actual story part of this is to destroy the 4 processing tubes. And the side quest is to free the metas that are trapped in tubes. So the side quest is the other tubes. Everything other than these 2 tubes right in front of me is part of the side quest. Oh, okay. I take it back. I was right the first time. So after destroying those 4 tubes and popping the side quest complete pop-ups, that is not the objective. So the objective for the actual instance is to destroy the tubes, release metas trapped in tubes, and I believe that's done. It's no longer a part of the objective. So I think it's done. I think I got it. There's a lit up tube with the objective, and after destroying it, you see nothing. So I'm going to pop this computer, even though I should know that it doesn't do anything by now. And I'm going to go down to the final boss fight with Dr. Psycho.
You have no idea what it's like to be me. What gives you the right? You think you can stand in judgment over me? Time for you to walk a mile in my shoes. One day, all these heroes will be my slaves. Today, their mere image will be your death.
Behave yourself.
Trust me, it's really not your day.
So here he is again. He combines mechanics from his 2 previous fights. He creates illusions, or in this case hallucinations, and he also disappears. So you can listen for his disappearing act, but this room is incredibly small. It's not difficult to find him. There are a handful of mini Dr. Psychos which have very low hit points. They go down pretty quickly, and they all look like Dr. Psycho, so you need to be careful and listen for him, or look for the lightning bolt objective. So once you pop him out of stealth, he will have the lightning bolt objective. He will also knock you out of channeled attacks like that. So he will, if you start spinning, or if you do a long channeled attack, he'll knock you out of it, and then he'll just disappear. He's trying to disappear again right now. I'm just collecting a little bit of health. I use my speed attack, which I should not have done. There is a feat for completing boss fights. Final boss fights, anyway. The final boss fight of any instance, there is a 10-point feat for completing it without using any supers, trinkets, or solder colas. So that he went down extremely fast, and that is the end of this story arc.
How can you resist my illusions?
We are done with Dr. Psycho. We are going to go free Supergirl, and that's it. So for the moment, we are wrapping this up. I hope you guys missed me.
It's not as dangerous when separated from its owner.
If you like my video, please actually like my video. But other than that, that's all the time we've got for now. We are going to wrap this up. We're gonna go to the Dr. Psycho cutscene as soon as Supergirl gets her ass out the door.
Maybe we can talk when I don't feel so sick.
Want to see the world through my eyes? It's easy. Just picture everything you want and can't have, and multiply that 10,000 times. Everyone laughing at you, pushing you aside, unless you take the power for yourself, and make them give you what you want. Luthor knows. Soon they'll all know. And when I get what I want, I'll be the only one left.
I think Dr. Psycho would make an excellent character for Peter Dinklage if they ever stick him in a movie. So I completed the instance without dying. I did not complete the instance without using any supers or solder colas or trinkets. But we're going to wrap this up, and I hope you all have a very nice day.